totally in the dark. That's what it can feel like sitting in the waiting room at other oil change places. But at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we let you stay in the car so you get to see everything we're doing. Valvoline Instant Oil Change, service you can
Being part of a team, I've learned that each team member has a major responsibility to represent something bigger than themselves. In a similar way, we're all representing this planet. My roommates and I make sure we fully load the dishwasher before using it so we don't waste any water. It's definitely a team effort.
As a team member, everyone is accountable for their actions. The same way we're all accountable for saving water. I do my part by avoiding the use of plastic bottles, and I stick to my reusable water bottle. I also like to support community members like Certified Blue restaurants throughout the city of Long Beach for doing their part in water conservation.
When I'm not playing water polo, my daily routine entails simple solutions to save water. At home, we diligently follow watering schedules.
Save every day.
It's the Long Beach way.
Live H2O LB.
Totally in the dark. That's what it can feel like sitting in the waiting room at other oil change places. But at Valvoline Instant Oil Change, we let you stay in the car so you get to see everything we're doing. Valvoline Instant Oil Change.
9 of 16 shooting in the loss to Penn. And then in the front court, the two true freshmen, 6'9" forward from Playa del Rey, Romel Mansell, and the 6'11" center from Sacramento, Josh Morgan, put up a career-high 15 points with 7 rebounds against Penn. He was 7 of 8 shooting. Our officials for today's game, Glenn Mayberry, Jeff Wooten, and Ian Caldwell. Beach coming out onto the floor in their home white jerseys. Beach across the front in black letters with black numbers on the front and backs of the jerseys, with black stripes on the sides of the shorts. Pacific, their colors orange and black. They're in black road jerseys with orange stripes down the sides of the jerseys. White numbers, white letters, Pacific across the front of their jersey. At the center of the floor for the opening tip, it'll be Josh Morgan, the true freshman, going up against the 6'9" junior from Ruston, Louisiana, Amari McCray. Glenn Mayberry, the official, puts it up, and it's tipped back by Josh Morgan. Long Beach State controlling, moving from right to left to begin this one, as Colin Slater dribbles with the right hand to the right elbow, flips it back to MC3. He's into the circle, spins to the free throw line, bounces it down to Slater, cutting along the baseline, dribbles it out to the left wing. Now to Mansell, high post, bounces it right of the lane for Hunter, into the paint. Jump pass down to Mansell on the left block is deflected out of bounds by Pacific. Jaleel Tripp got a hand on it, and with 8 to shoot, Long Beach State will inbound from right in front of the Pacific bench with 8 to shoot here. Inbound goes to MC3. He dribbles around the perimeter, bounces it to the high post for Mansell, making a move into the paint, goes up against 2 defenders, left it short, rebound tipped out to Hunter on the right wing, and Long Beach State will get a fresh 20 on the shot clock. Michael Carter III now holds it just inside midcourt on the Long Beach logo. 10 to shoot. Carter holding it by his hip. Now puts it on the floor left, trying to dribble between traffic. Lost it off his leg, picks it up, passes to Mansell in the left corner with 3 to shoot. He'll rise, and that's too strong. An air ball caught by Finstoon, and Pacific almost a minute into the game with their first offensive possession. Justin Moore dribbling with it, near side above the three-point line. Hands to Bryce Noel. To the right wing to Tripp. He bounces it down for McCray, and it's kicked out by Mansell. They'll put 20 on the shot clock for Pacific. 18:54 to go here in the first half, and we are scoreless. To inbound, Justin Moore, baseline right. Moore looking to get it in over Mansell. Lobs it in high up towards midcourt for Jaleel Tripp. Off to Moore on the right wing, dribbling with the left hand towards the Long Beach logo. Backs up now to the half-court line. Driving on Mansell, spins. Mansell stays with him. 8 to shoot. Dribbles to the left elbow, into the paint. Loses the ball. Hunter's got it. 2-on-2. Hunter up the floor with Slater. Into the paint. Euro step. Right-hand layup. No! But a put-back dunk from MC3. And that's how Long Beach State gets on the board first. 2-0 Beach over 90 seconds into this one. 18:23 to play in the first half. Nice cleanup there from Michael Carter III. Here's Finstoon. Top of the key in the front court. Dribbles left around a screen. Morgan comes over to help. Finstoon down under the basket. Jump pass to Tripp. Right wing for 3. No good. High rebound tipped out by Pacific. And they'll control as Finstoon's able to get to it. Bounce pass down to the right block for McCray. Backing down on the freshman Morgan. Into the paint. Up with the left hand. Good touch there. And McCray ties the game 2-2 over 2 minutes in. 17:52 to go in the first half. Again, tied 2-2. Slater has it, front court right, dribbles around a screen for Mansell to the free throw line, picks up the dribble. Hands back to Morgan. He backs down on McCray. Pass down low for Mansell, tipped and stolen. Up the floor, Bryce Noel against Morgan, and a nice reverse layup with the left hand. Morgan was right on top of him, ready to block that shot. And Pacific has the lead 4-2, 17:25 left first half. Front court left, it's Hunter, dribbling with the right hand to the left elbow. Bounces it left for Mansell, and nobody touched it. Mansell let it go out of bounds. He thought Pacific got a piece. Instead, it's a turnover, and it's Pacific basketball. They're on a modest 4-0 run here and a chance to score on a third straight possession as Moore brings it into the front court. Hands it up high for Finstoon. Dribbles to the top of the key. Passes left to Bryce Noel. Back to Finstoon on the right wing. Gets a screen from McCray. Dribbles left. Morgan picks him up. 12 to shoot. Finstoon picks up the dribble. Looking for someone underneath. Instead, finds Bryce Noel. Right corner for 3, and he buries it. It's a 7-0 run for Pacific. They lead 7-2 with 16:50 to play here in this first half. Mansell dribbles up high, hands to Slater. Slater at the top of the key for Morgan. Morgan puts it on the floor, stops at the free throw line, looking for help. Who's he going to find? Gets it out to Michael Carter III, well above the three-point line on the left side. He dribbles to the circle, goes up for a shot. Finstuen blocks it from behind. Pacific with it. Moore up the floor in transition, into the paint. Goes up with the left hand, and that might have been blocked. He missed the layup. Rebound goes to Hunter. Up ahead to Slater along the far sideline. Into the front court on the right wing. Crosses over. Dribbles to the right of the lane, extended. Now out to Carter above the three-point line on the far side. 18 to shoot. Carter looking to direct traffic, looking for an entry pass to Morgan. Finally passes to him, short corner right. Down to Mansell on the right block, up with the left hand. Wild shot, hit the backboard, not the rim. And the rebound goes to the Tigers. On a 7-0 run, 4 minutes in, they're up 7-2. Nice dribble drive into the paint for Tripp. Kicks out to Finstuen with a jump pass. Back to Tripp in the right corner. Down to the right block, McCray. Mansell comes over to help Morgan, a double team. Shot goes up anyway, and a friendly roll for McCray. He beats the double team and extends Pacific's run to 9-0 now as they lead 9-2, 15:40 to play. Long Beach State, another slow start at home. Something that has plagued them now for last year and into this year. Morgan above the right elbow, puts it on the floor, hands to Carter. Carter driving right of the lane, underneath, goes up, gets fouled, and Michael Carter III will head to the free throw line when we come back as Long Beach State tries to end a 2-minute, 58-second scoring drought. They trail Pacific 9-2, and we'll step aside. 15:26 left in the first half. This is Beach Basketball.
This is the place to be.
So good if you're Pacific. The Pyramid since 2013, and Long Beach State renewing this rivalry. Only 3 schools above Pacific in terms of the schools that Long Beach State has played all time. Long Beach State has only played more games against UC Santa Barbara, Cal State Fullerton, and UC Irvine, and then it's Pacific. Long Beach State leads the all-time series 55-39. Michael Carter III at the free throw line, shooting 2. First one is up and good as he has established himself as the Beach's best free throw shooter so far this season. MC3, 87% free throw shooter. That ended the scoring drought for the Beach at almost 3 minutes. Now it's a 3-minute field goal drought as Carter sinks the second free throw, and it's 9-4 Pacific. 5-point lead for the Tigers as they come up the floor. No changes in that last time out for Long Beach State. On the floor for Pacific, up at the top of the key, Bryce Noel. Passes right to Moore, dribbles to the right elbow, stops the dribble right of the lane, over to McCray, right baseline, about 10 feet from the basket. Backing down on Morgan. Morgan stays with him. Kick out to the left corner, a 3 on the way from Moore, no good. And the rebound to a flying Jaleel Tripp. And Pacific, a great rebounding team. They've got a chance at a second chance point. Here's Tripp driving into the lane, lost the ball. Hunter's got it. Beach in transition, a 2-on-4. They may wait to get numbers. Hunter stops the dribble at the right elbow, off to Slater on the right wing for 3. Spun out, no good. Good try at a transition 3 there. But Pacific now outlets to Finstuen. He drives into the paint, met by a double team. Out to the top of the key, McCray to Bryce Noel on the right wing. 3 is too strong, but the offensive rebound for Finstuen. Lucky rebound there for Pacific. A couple of times now the ball has bounced up high and back over the Long Beach State defenders underneath the basket looking for the defensive rebound. So Pacific has it at the top of the key. Finstoon dribbling with the right hand, hands for Moore. Moore around a screen into the circle. He'll pull up deep two. It's good. Nothing but net. Justin Moore scored 10 in their win over Cal State Fullerton. Now on the other end, Morgan underneath the basket with a nice move there. Good footwork, lays it in with the right hand. It's his first basket, and Pacific's lead is 5, 11-6 with 13:55 to play in the first half. Up top, it's Tripp. He hands for Price Noel, dribbling with the left hand on the perimeter to the far side. He gives it to Moore. Dribbles to the peak of the three-point line. Head fake, drives around Morgan, and then Morgan called for a foul as Moore got by him. Nice drive there. Trevor Irish and Jordan Roberts are going to come into the game for Long Beach State. Romel Mansell and Josh Morgan to the bench. So Long Beach State will change its front court. Substitution, McCray and Price Noel leave for Pacific. James Hampshire, their leading shot blocker, into the game, along with their best three-point shooter, Gary Chivichian, an LA native and a transfer from Idaho State. So Pacific with the ball in a 5-point lead, 13:35 to play. Pacific moving left to right. It's Moore angling to the right side, drives down low, under the basket, right-handed floater, no good. To the rebound, Jordan Roberts. Ahead for Carter. He dribbles into the front court, pass to Roberts, left of the circle, puts it on the floor, then flips back to Hunter. Hunter has it around a screen from Roberts, dribbles down to the left block, and there's going to be a flop called against Pacific. Justin Moore with Hunter backing down into him, went to the floor, and the call is a flop. That's a warning. One more flop, and there'd be a technical. So Long Beach State will have the ball. 18 on the shot clock. Officials looking over at the scorer's table, making sure they're aware of the call. And Hunter will inbound left baseline. Hunter gets it in up high. Dangerous pass, but caught by Michael Carter III over his defender who just entered the game, Pierre Crockrell. Carter, top of the key, thought about a shot, goes to Irish on the right baseline. Head fake, down to the right block, off to Hunter in the paint. Ball deflected, off to Roberts in the lane. Shot up, no good. Missed it to the left, an 8-footer. And then the loose ball knocked out of bounds, and they say it stays with Long Beach State. 13 minutes to play first half. Pacific has the lead, 11-6. Beach shooting just 22% to start, 2 for 9. Pacific's 5 out of 10. Hunter will inbound again, 20 on the shot clock for the Beach, and even 13 minutes to play here in the opening half. And Hunter's got the ball with a hand in his face, Hampshire, and the pass into Roberts in the right corner. Roberts puts it on the floor with the left hand, pass to Carter III on the right wing. With the left hand, he dribbles to the right of the circle, jumper up, nothing but net for Michael Carter III, and the Beach within 3. It's 11-8. Long Beach State on a 6-2 run right now to get back within one possession. Finstoon has it at the top of the key against Hunter. Looking left for Chivichian, but he's wrapped up by Slater. Instead, bounces to Crockrell, dribbles into the paint, picks it up, pass out to Tripp. Dangerous bounce pass to the near side. Finstoon able to track it down. He dribbles into the lane with the left hand. Fall-away jumper, good. Nice roll there for Finstoon. His first basket, 13-8. Now Slater thought about a 3 off the dribble in the front court left. Passes to Roberts, who gives it right back to Slater. Slater with the right hand around a screen from Irish. Into the paint, driving right side of the lane. Great spin. The finger roll off the window. It's good. Colin Slater's first basket. And a really, really nice job spinning that one off the glass and in. On the near side, Crockrell. Hands to Finstoon. Right back to Crockrell. Now up to the logo for Tripp. One possession game. Pacific leads 13-10. Tripp drives by Roberts, taking on Irish, goes up with the left hand, too strong, but the rebound tipped out to Finstoon and knocked out of his hand and into Roberts' hand. Roberts driving to the basket, Euro step with the left hand, good with a layup. Jordan Roberts with the steal and the score, 13-12. His first basket. Pacific's lead is 1. Crockrell on the far side, pressured by MC3. Pass to Finstoon at the top of the three-point line, back to Crockrell on the left wing. Passing, or rather dribbling with the right hand into the paint, off to Tripp. Right block, and Tripp lays it in. Nice find from Crockrell there. Pierre Crockrell averaging over 3 assists per game and just picked up his first. 15-12, Tigers lead. 11:05 to play first half. Entry pass to Irish, high post left. Thought about a deep shot. Hands to Hunter. He'll rise left of the circle. That's no good. Missed it to the left, and Hampshire with the rebound. Ahead for Crockrell. Crockrell, the freshman from Tacoma, Washington, playing the point, driving with the left hand down to the left block, but dribbles it out above the three-point line in the left corner. Off to the left wing, flips it to Chivichian. Top of the key to Finstoon. guarded by Hunter. Passes right elbow to Crockrell. He finds a cutting Chavicchian under the basket, and Chavicchian lays it in. Second assist for Crockrell in as many possessions, and Pacific's lead is 17-12 with 10 minutes and 30 seconds remaining in the first half. Carter dribbles on the low go. Crockrell in a defensive stance guarding him. Approaching him, getting a little bit closer as Carter dribbles the ball like a pendulum. Back and forth, left hand to right hand. Now makes a move to the left wing. Passes out up high for Hunter, 8 to shoot. Hunter off the dribble. Deep three. Air ball. And it's out of bounds. Out of bounds to Pacific. And that'll bring us to a timeout. 10 minutes, 10 seconds left in the first half. Pacific 17. Long Beach State 12. We'll be back. This is Beach Basketball. Noel, but he's on the bench with 5 points as Pacific has the ball moving from left to right. Crockrell plays the point. Colin Slater retreating with him in a defensive stance, guarding him now at half court. As Crockrell passes left to Austin Vereen, who's into the game for the first time. Vereen guarded by Max DeGeese. DeGeese in for the first time for the Beach. We'll get you the lineups out on the floor in a moment. Now Chavicchian on the right wing, top of the key to Crockrell. Back to Chavicchian on the right side. Thought about a three. Instead, jump pass right into the lap of Colin Slater. Slater up the floor, 1-on-2. Wild layup, missed it to the right. And the rebound for Hampshire. Good transition defense from Pacific. Up the floor they come with Crockrell leading the charge to Vereen on the right wing. A three, too strong. And the rebound goes to Irish, who gets it ahead for Slater. In transition, Slater driving to the basket again. A wild shot from the right block. It's up and in. And then Slater flexes his muscles as he comes up the floor. 17-14 the score. Slater's got 4. Pacific a 3-point lead, and Colin Slater has been very aggressive offensively. Good sight for the Beach after he had his best offensive game of the season Sunday against Penn. Crockrell pass to the left wing, Vereen, guarded by DeGeese. Back to Crockrell, trying to drive left of the lane. Met at the left baseline by Roberts. Finds a cutting Bailey in the lane, and then a whistle and a 3-second violation. That's going against Hampshire. It was a nice find to a cutting Jeremiah Bailey, who is into the game for the first time. Subs for the Beach as Irish, Hunter, and Slater go to the bench. So roll calls for both teams. Mansell, Roberts, Carter, DeGeest, and Morgan on the floor for the Beach. For Pacific, they've got Crockrell, Bailey, Vereen, Chavicchian, and one other. Who am I missing? As Roberts passes back to Morgan, had a good chance at a shot, found himself too far under the basket. Hampshire's the 5th and final Pacific player on the floor. Now Carter fouled above the 3-point line on the far side. Second time Carter has drawn a foul. That is the second team foul on Pacific. Long Beach State's only committed 1. Not a lot of whistles here early on. Pacific's turned it over 5 times. Long Beach State has turned it over just 2. But Pacific outscoring the Beach off turnovers 5-4. Inbound goes to Carter, short corner right, driving right baseline, teardrop with the right hand, no good. And then a whistle and a foul going against Pacific on Chavicchian on the loose ball. DeGeest will inbound baseline left. Fritz into the game for the first time, grad transfer from Arkansas State. He's from Freeport in the Bahamas, and he is in the face of DeGeest. DeGeest lobs it in for Mansell on the left wing. Hands it to Carter. Mansell sets a screen. Carter off to Mansell. Pass to the right wing for Roberts. Fakes left, goes right. Down low to Mansell on the right block. Backing down on Vereen. Turns, kicks out to Geese. Left wing catch and shoot three. No good. Rebound out to Crockrell. He's pushing it up the floor with numbers. Swings it left to Javician. Back to Crockrell. Driving into the paint. Lob up with the right hand. Short. Rebound tipped out. Crockrell's got it on the right block, and a fresh 20 for Pacific on their shot clock with 8 minutes to play now in the first half. Pacific leading 17-14. Crockrell flips to Javician. Thought about a three. Pass to the top of the key, Vereen. Fritz sets a screen. Pass to Javician right side. Gets the flyby from Morgan. Puts up a three. It's short. Rebound tip. Mansell has it. Beach ball down by 3. 7:40 to play in the first half. Pass down low for Morgan from Carter. Tipped and intercepted. Crockrell back the other way along the near sideline. Dribbles behind the back, through the circle, out to Javician. Straight away for 3, no good. The rebound tipped out. Last touch by Jeremiah Bailey. And it's Long Beach State basketball after this timeout on the floor. Pacific 17, Long Beach State 14. 7:28 left.
As a team member, everyone is accountable for their actions. The same way we're all accountable for saving water. I do my part by avoiding the use of plastic bottles, and I stick to my reusable water bottle. I also like to support community members like Certified Blue restaurants throughout the city of Long Beach for doing their part in water conservation. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live
Back 17-14 Pacific with the lead. 7 minutes, 28 seconds and counting here in the first half as Michael Carter III brings it up the floor for Long Beach State. They haven't led since it was 2-0. Pacific then went on a 9-0 run to make it 9-2. Long Beach State's been able to cut it to one possession a few times, but never have been able to get back and tie it up. Roberts, an entry pass down for Morgan, tipped and stolen. Up the floor, Vereen misses the layup, but the putback dunk from Shaquille O'Fritz. And Pacific leads by 5 again, 19-14. Nice play there from Fritz, flying in with a two-handed slam to clean up. Carter on the right wing, pass to Mansell at the right elbow, out to Morgan on the left elbow. Now Roberts, left wing, catch and shoot 3, way too strong. Javician with the rebound. Pacific up the floor, pass to Vereen on the right side, guarded by Roberts. They'll slow things up as they pass it out to Crockrell. And now Crockrell getting a signal from Damon Stoudemire as he looks at his head coach over his right shoulder. To Vereen, now Javician top of the key. Back to Vereen right side. Fakes a 3, looking to drive, and he's bumped by Mansell. Fouled, driving down low. Only the second team foul on Long Beach State here in this first half. Nobody in any foul trouble. The only 2 fouls for Mansell and Morgan. Colin Slater, Jordan Griffin into the game. First time in for Griffin. Roberts and DeGeest go to the bench. And Long Beach State just hasn't been able to figure out this Pacific defense, but only down by 5. Pass to Vereen, short corner right. Certainly the pace and the score of this game, it's what Pacific wants it to be. Low-scoring game. Here's Crockrell, around a screen from Fritz, down to the left block, stops the dribble, out to the top of the key for Bailey. Bailey drives down low, fouled by Griffin as he went up for a shot. Bailey's going to head to the line for 2 free throws. First trip to the free throw line for Pacific. For Long Beach State, keeping them off the line and it's certainly part of the game plan, and they've done a great job of it so far. As Pacific going to the line for the first time, they come into this game 11th in the country in free throws attempted. So Bailey at the line shooting 2, junior from Fairbanks, Alaska. 4 for 8 from the line this season, and the first free throw up and good. Pacific leads 20-14. 1 point shy of their largest lead of the game. They led by 7 when it was 9-2. Next free throw up, that one no good. Rebound out, taken by Carter. Bailey almost got it back. Pass ahead for Slater, pushing it up the floor, getting downhill. Now he'll dribble it out. They swing it around the perimeter. Carter left of the circle, deep 3, short. The rebound chased down by a hustling Jordan Griffin. And he gets a round of applause. Good hustle play from the senior. Now Slater on the right side. Pass to Mansell into the paint. Good position. Goes up off the glass. No, but Morgan there to clean up. Josh Morgan, the true freshman, cleaning up for his freshman teammate Mansell. 16 points for the Beach now, trailing by 4, 20-16. Here's Chavicchian. Tough 3 from the top of the key with a hand in his face, and he knocks down his first. One of the all-time great three-point shooters up at Idaho State. Chavicchian in his first year with Pacific, their best three-point shooter. Carter dribbling with the right hand, right of the circle, guarded by Crockrell, down to the right block. Wild lob shot hit off the side of the backboard, still somehow almost found its way to the rim. Now in transition, a 3 from Chavicchian, no good, and Mansell with the rebound. Long Beach State lucky that Chavicchian missed that. He had a great look on a transition 3. Now Slater up top, dribbles left, gets a screen from Mansell, and an offensive foul called against Romel Mansell. A moving screen, his second foul, and he's going to the bench. 4 team fouls on Long Beach State. 5 minutes, 3 seconds to play in this first half. Pacific 23, Long Beach State 16, our score. And some changes for Pacific. On the floor now for them, Crockrell goes to the bench. Justin Moore is back out there, along with Chavicchian, Price Noel, Bailey, and McCray. For the Beach, they've got Carter, Slater, Hunter, Morgan, and Griffin on the floor. Chavicchian pass to the top of the key for Bailey. He goes to the far side, off to Price Noel. Now to the right of the circle, Chavicchian gets a flyby, pulls up for a deep 2. He knocks it down, and Chavicchian with 5 points now, make it 7. Pacific has their largest lead of the game, up by 9, 25-16, with 4:30 to go in the first half. Slater passes left to Griffin. Griffin holds against Chavicchian, number 11 on number 11. To the top of the key to Morgan, passes right to Slater. Slater off the dribble, straight away for 3, no good. And the rebound to the weak side for McCray. Pacific's got it. Along the far sideline, Moore jogs it into the front court. Pacific up by 9, trying to make it a double-digit lead for the first time in the game. Moore at the top of the circle, lost the ball for a moment, chases it down, dribbles it out to the logo, so Pacific can reset the half-court offense. Moore asking for Price Noel to come over, fakes a handoff to him, kicks out to Bailey on the right side for 3. Good. It's a 12-point Pacific lead, 28-16, and Long Beach State wants a timeout. Pacific 28.
Being part of a team, I've learned that each team member has a major responsibility to represent something bigger than themselves. In a similar way, we're all representing this planet. My roommates and I make sure we fully load the dishwasher before using it so we don't waste any water. It's definitely a team effort. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live a
Play in the first half, and Long Beach State trying to finish strong before heading into the locker room. They've got the ball moving from right to left from our vantage point here, courtside left of the Beach bench. Jordan Griffin hands to Carter. Now Slater with it up top. He drives hard, right side of the lane, goes up with the right hand and lays it in. Colin Slater turning on the Jets a few times tonight, or rather today should say, this afternoon game, and that ends an 8-0 run for Pacific. Slater's got 6 points on 3 of 6 shooting. He's getting downhill very, very well, moving the ball with great energy and quickness. Here on the left corner, it's Bailey for 3, and he knocks it down, rattles in for him, and that makes it 31-18. Pacific up 13, their largest lead. Slater into the front court on the near side, guarded by Price Noel, picks up the dribble, bounces to Morgan on the left wing, who hands it right back to Slater. One hand push pass to the right corner, Griffin. Fakes right, goes left, pulls up for a deep 2, missed it, in and out, rebound, tipped out, Moore has it. Pacific up the floor, and Moore will slow things down. Passes left, and it's intercepted by Griffin. Coming up the floor one-on-one, and a reverse layup, no. Hunter trying to clean up, and they wave off a Hunter attempt at a putback, saying it was still in the circumference. I did not think it was. I thought that ball was out of the circumference. That was a good play by Hunter to try to clean up. Tough layup for Jordan Griffin, who had the steal there, but really never had a clear lane to the basket, even though he cut off the pass. Nice defense from Justin Moore after he was the one who threw the errant pass. He got down the floor and made it tough for Griffin to score. Pacific 31, Long Beach State 18. Some pressure in the backcourt from the Beach. Price Noel passes to Finstoon, who bounces it ahead to Moore. Moore driving into the paint, goes up with the right hand, missed the layup. Easy putback for Amari McCray. And Pacific leads 33-18. Slater off the give from Carter. Walks it into the front court. Dribbling with a right hand. Approaching Price Noel. 18 to shoot. Bounce pass right to Hunter. Hunter hasn't done much offensively at all. To Morgan, left elbow, off to Carter. He fades and fires from the right elbow. No good. Rebound goes to Pacific. And they are out rebounding the Beach 14-7 now. Here's Moore through the circle, into the lane, out to Price Noel, short corner left. He'll dribble it out. Under 2 minutes to play in the first half. Long Beach State trailing by 15. On the left wing, here's Fritz dribbling down to the left block. Moore. Moore double team, needing help, bounces it out to Finstoon. Finstoon jump stop into the paint, wild right-handed layup, no good. Rebound to Morgan, and then he's fouled by Finstoon. 4th team foul on Pacific. Both teams now with 4 fouls, and neither team even a foul away from getting into the bonus. 33-18 Pacific leads, and they are on a 13-2 run over the last 4 minutes. MC3 plays the point as Josh Morgan just went to the bench and Trevor Irish came into the game. Griffin on the right wing in the front court. Pass to Slater up high, near side for Hunter. Hunter holds, passes to Irish, top of the key. Irish left alone, looking for someone to give it to. Off to Griffin. Now Carter on the logo. Holds up a signal, calling a play. Dribbles left around a screen from Hunter, trying to get around Bailey. Pass to Griffin, right corner. Passes up a 3, goes to Slater on the right wing for a 3. Open look, it's good. Colin Slater's first 3, and Long Beach State's first 3. They're now 1 of 7 from beyond the arc. 33-21 Pacific, a minute to play first half. Front court right, Finstoon holds. Passes down to the right baseline, McCray. Takes on Irish, gets around him. Reverse layup, hit the underside of the rim, and the rebound to Griffin. Into the front court for the Beach. Griffin crosses over, dribbles it out to the left side. Now out to Carter. 45 seconds left in the first half. 20 to shoot for Long Beach State as Carter backs up onto the logo. Carter dribbling against Price Noel. Irish comes out, setting a high screen. Carter approaches the defense, 10 to shoot. Carter to the left elbow, off to Irish, cutting to the hoop. Shot up, blocked, but a foul. Amari McCray called for the foul there. That's his second, and that's actually pretty good news for Pacific. I'll tell you why. Amari McCray is such a big part of their team success down low, but he has gotten into some serious foul trouble this year. And it seems like more often than not for Pacific, McCray has got 2 fouls by the first break. Well, here he picks up his second with 29.7 left in the first half. Irish at the line, shooting 2. First free throw up and good for the 7-footer. Hampshire back into the game for Pacific. McCray will go to the bench as they want to keep him under 3 fouls into the locker room. So that'll be it for McCray, I'd imagine, here in this first half. 29.7 seconds left. Irish another free throw here to try to make it a 10-point game. Chance Hunter, Jordan Roberts just subbed in for Jordan Griffin. Irish second free throw. It's up. It is no good. Hampshire the rebound. Pacific with the ball and a dark shot clock, leading 33-22. 23 seconds and counting as Price Noel brings it into the front court, picks it up, turns around, calls a timeout, and Pacific will try to draw something up here for the final 21.9 seconds. Well, it was not supposed to be a full timeout. A little slap on the wrist for Pacific as they were scolded by the officials for bringing the stools out and sitting down as if it was a full timeout. But they've got the ball with an 11-point lead, 21.9 seconds left in the first half, and we'll see what they've got with a dark shot clock here as the inbound goes to Moore. Pressured up high by Roberts. Moore dribbling with the right hand. Long Beach State does have a foul to give here before Pacific is in the bonus. Moore has it up high against Roberts. 8 seconds left. Moore dribbling back near half court against Roberts with 5. Moore to the right wing with 4. Finds Finstoon. Right corner 3. Short. Rebound tip. Roberts has it and couldn't get a shot off. It would have been a 3-quarter heave, but that is how the first half ends. Pacific 33. Long Beach State 22. The Beach going into the locker room down by 11 at half.
In-N-Out Genuine Radio presents What Real Tastes Like.
The classic double-double.
2 pieces of meat, cheese, fresh tomatoes, and lettuce. It's perfect.
I don't know what they put in it, but it must be pieces of heaven.
The juiciest, tastiest burger you will ever have.
I love it so much.
Just deliciousness.
The ultimate burger.
Genuine people, genuine food, genuine passion. It's what's made In-N-Out, In-N-Out since 1948.
That's what a hamburger's all about.
Out in the garden where we planted the seeds, there is a tree as old as me. Branches were sown by the color of green. The ground had
Long Beach Airport is celebrating 95 years of service to Southern California. With 18 non-stop destinations, Long Beach Airport combines classic and modern styles. The 1940s streamlined modern terminal leads to a modern passenger concourse designed to create a resort-like atmosphere with an open courtyard lined with palm trees. Long Beach Airport hosts local eateries and was named the best airport for dining by USA Today. Learn more at lgb.org. Long Beach Airport, where the going is easy. And as always, go Beach!
Being part of a team, I've learned that each team member has a major responsibility to represent something bigger than themselves. In a similar way, we're all representing this planet. My roommates and I make sure we fully load the dishwasher before using it so we don't waste any water. It's definitely a team effort.
As a team member, everyone is accountable for their actions. The same way we're all accountable for saving water. I do my part by avoiding the use of plastic bottles, and I stick to my reusable water bottle. I also like to support community members like Certified Blue restaurants throughout the city of Long Beach for doing their part in water conservation.
When I'm not playing water polo, my daily routine entails simple solutions to save water. At home, we diligently follow watering schedules.
Save every day.
It's the Long Beach way.
Live H2O LB.
On the scorer's table here, just to the left of the Long Beach State bench court side. All right, here we go. Pacific with the ball. Moore's got it up top. Beach starting out in his zone defense. Pass to the left corner. Finds Price Noel. Out to Tripp, left wing. Down low, intended for Finstoon. Too high, off his hand and out of bounds. And Long Beach State forces a turnover on their first defensive possession of the second half. And now they start with the ball. Slater quickly into the front court, bounces to Hunter, right back to Slater, fires up a three, and Colin Slater gets them started right. Slater's second three of the game. He's hit both of Long Beach State's threes today, and the Beach within 8, 33-25, 19:25 left. Tripp goes cross-court, Finstoon on the right wing, passed up an open three, looking to get it inside, double-teamed outside, passes to Moore. Moore drives down to the elbow, off to Tripp, dishes to Finstoon under the basket. Reverse layup, no good. Hit off the bottom side of the backboard. Now outlet to Hunter. He catches on the baseline. Pass out to Mansell, to Carter, top of the key. Passed up an open three, driving to the basket. Lobs it up for Morgan. Morgan catches, lays it in, but an offensive foul called first on Michael Carter to the third. Great find down low with Josh Morgan, but as Carter came down, he took down a Pacific defender, and that foul the first on Long Beach State here in the second half. For Michael Carter the third, it's his first, and Finstoon goes to the bench for Pacific, and onto the floor comes the sharpshooter Chavician. Tripp into the front court for Moore on the far side, right back to Tripp. Again, Beach switching into his zone here. McCray at the right elbow finds Tripp cutting to the basket, lays it up, no good, but a foul. And Jaleel Tripp going to the free throw line to shoot two. Just the second trip to the free throw line for Pacific in this one. Neither team got into the bonus in that first half, and I don't think we've seen that in any game this year. Any half in which neither team got into the bonus. So Tripp at the line, a 68% free throw shooter. First free throw up and good. Tripp now with 3 points, 1 of 3 shooting, 2 rebounds, no assists, and 2 turnovers for the senior from Brooklyn, who transferred from South Plains College. Preseason all WCC, was all WCC honorable mention last year. Hits the second free throw, makes them both, and Pacific up by 10, 35-25. Into the front court right, Hunter fakes left, drives right, lobs it up for Morgan. It's tipped by McCray, and he chases it down. Pacific comes up with a steal. Tigers into the front court with Moore dribbling with the right hand. Passes to the far side for Tripp. Tripp puts it on the floor against Morgan. Crosses over. Wild pass out to Javician, and Javician let it go out of bounds. Pacific thought Long Beach State touched it, but the officials say no, and it's Beach basketball down by 10, 35-25 with 18 minutes and 28 seconds remaining here inside the Walter Pyramid on this rainy Saturday afternoon in Long Beach. Carter into the front court, across the LB logo. High screen set by Morgan. Morgan sets another. Carter dribbles right to the elbow. Head fake down to the right block. Wild shot up. Contact, no foul, and no good on the shot as it didn't even get to the rim. The rebound to Justin Moore. Moore brings it up. Tigers with a basketball and a 10-point lead. Moore around a screen from McCray. Dribbles to the left wing. Mansell pressuring him up high. Now over to Price Noel, driving on Morgan. Puts a forearm into his chest, no whistle. Shot up, no good. McCray the offensive board. His putback, no, with a good look. And Mansell the rebound. Beach ball. Now a lob down low. Morgan, nice catch down low. Lays it in. Carter with the assist, lobbing it down to Josh Morgan. He needed all 6 feet 11 inches to get up, tip that ball up in the air, and come down with it. Now into the front court, Price Noel. Bounces it to Moore on the logo. Dribbles around Morgan. Passes right to Price Noel. Tipped. Price Noel's got it. Head fake, kicks to Moore. Left wing three. Buries it. Big shot there from Justin Moore. And Pacific back up 11, 38-27. 17:20 to play inside the pyramid. Hunter around a screen for Mansell. Into the circle. Passes down to the left block Morgan, and it's too high and out of bounds off Morgan's fingertips. Morgan needed to be 6'11" to catch the previous pass earlier in the last possession. He needed to be at least 7 feet to catch that one from Chance Hunter. Long Beach State turns it over. Third turnover of the half for the Beach. They turned it over only 5 times in the first half. 38-27 Pacific with the ball, battling the Long Beach State zone. Tripp and Moore passing up high. Pass now to Danis Jenkins into the game for the first time, trying to drive from the wing to the lane. Met by Carter, lost the ball. Carter's got it. Up the floor, looked to shovel it back to Slater. Slater finally does find it, goes down low, throws up a wild layup. It falls for him, and Slater going to the line for an and one opportunity. Michael Carter III brought it into the front court. He tried to shovel it back to Slater, but the pass was defense. There was a Pacific player in the lane, so Carter hesitated. Slater got open. Carter found him, and Slater driving underneath, able to put up a wild layup, drawing contact, and it fell for him. Now they're wiping off a couple spots under the basket as Slater waits for the free throw. Colin now with 14 points, leading all scorers, 6 of 9, and his first trip to the free throw line. Slater this year from the free throw line, an 84% shooter. Spins the ball in his hand, his right foot out in front of his left. Deep breath, shoulders shrug. Now the free throw up, and it is good. Perfect from Colin Slater. And Long Beach State back within 8. 38-30, 15 points for Slater. He's 3 shy of his career high. Scored 18 points twice in games this year. Here's Jenkins on the left wing. Dribbles down to the left elbow. Out to Moore, right corner Chavicchian. He'll rise, good look at a 3, spun out. And Chavicchian now just 1 of 5 from beyond the arc. Long Beach State lucky he hasn't caught fire. Slater into the front court, angling near side. Gets a screen from Mansell. Dribbles into the circle to the free throw line. Picks it up to Hunter. Right wing. Fakes a 3. Dribbles right. Thought about a 3 off the dribble. Instead, down to Mansell on the right block. Cross court out to Carter on the left wing. Morgan sets a screen. Carter into the paint. Right-handed teardrop blocked. Taken by Tripp. Pacific with it. Pressure in the backcourt from Mansell. Pass up ahead to Jenkins. In and out of his hands. He dropped it. Gets it back. Picking it up by his feet. Pressured out up high near half court. Stolen away by Mansell. Off to Slater. Touch pass to Hunter. And he missed the left-handed layup. Pacific with a rebound and outlets to Moore. To Chavicchian left wing for 3. Got it. And that is a brutal turn of events for the Beach. A steal. A chance at a score on a 3-on-1. They miss the layup, and then they can't get back. Chavicchian with a transition 3. Pacific up 41-30, 15:35 left. Beach slowing it down a little bit here as Carter walks it into the front court. Passes left to Mansell, who hands it back to Carter. Carter dribbling against Moore above the perimeter at the top of the key. Passes to Morgan, top of the circle. Right back to Carter. 8 to shoot. They got to move. 6 to shoot. Carter's got it up high. Carter dribbles between the legs. He'll rise off the dribble. NBA 3, nothing but net. MC3 makes it 41-33. His first 3 of the game on his second attempt. He's got 9 points on 3 of 10 shooting overall. Now Tripp just inside midcourt, fouled by Chance Hunter. Hunter came out to pressure. Hunter going over to talk to the official about it as he disagreed with the call. Looked like Chance there was pretty steady and pretty planted there with his feet. And
When I'm not playing water polo, my daily routine entails simple solutions to save water. At home, we diligently follow watering schedules. Save every day. It's the Long Beach way. Live H2O.
for the Memphis Grizzlies as an assistant. 4th season in Stockton. Pacific coming in at 8-3. Here's Jenkins on the right wing. Passes back to Moore. Moore, he'll rise after holding. The 3 is short. Rebound Chance Hunter. And the Beach with a chance to cut Pacific's lead under 8. It would be the closest they will have been since the first half. Slater, top of the key. Passes left to Irish. Irish goes to Hunter. And Hunter fouled by Chavicchian above the perimeter. Second team foul of the half on Pacific. Chavicchian's second of the game. LA native, went to Bishop Alemany High School from the Hollywood area. Inbound to Hunter, short corner left, and he travels, Slater off the inbound from Hunter. Slater travels, and that gives the ball back to Pacific. That's the 4th turnover already in the second half for Long Beach State. And again, they turned it over just 5 times in the first half. Trip into the front court, passing for Chavician, tipped out of bounds by Hunter. David Stoudemire there to pick it up. Now, Tripp inbounds into the backcourt for Moore. Into the front court for Tripp. Lobs it to Moore on the far side. Beach in the zone. Moore bounces to the right corner, Jenkins. Back out to Moore. Top of the key to Tripp. Head fake, dribbles into the paint. Reverse layup, no good. And a foul going against Long Beach State, sending Jaleel Tripp to the line. He Tasmanian deviled his way into the paint. A wild shot, drew the contact, and he's going to the line for the second time. Slater's first foul, 4 team fouls on the Beach here in the second half. And Jaleel Tripp at the line, shooting 2. Tripp, free throw, good. 5 points now for Jaleel. He's scored over 10 points in 6 of his last 7. He's been Pacific's leading scorer in 5 of their last 6 games. But so far today, it's Chavician leading the way with 10 points. Tripp, second free throw, that's good. Makes them both. Tripp's a perfect 4 for 4 from the line. And Pacific back up by 10, 43-33. Danis Jenkins goes to the bench for Pacific, and Hampshire comes back into the game. Crockrell as well. Beach ball, Hunter front court right. Fakes left, drives right. Going up with a left-hand dunk off the rim. A high rebound deflected off to Breon Jackson. Wow, that would have been a highlight reel play. Now Slater against Chavician above the perimeter. Dribbling out to the right wing now. Backing up towards midcourt. 10 to shoot. Now driving on him. Stops right of the lane. Spins. Goes up. 8-foot floater. No good. Rebound tipped. Irish has it. Trevor Irish holds. Gets it out to Hunter. Hunter, head fake, dribbling inside, taking on Crockrell into the paint. He'll put it up with the left hand, too hard off the glass. Roberts there, the rebound, puts it up. No, but a foul. And Jordan Roberts headed to the line. Wow, Chance Hunter going back to the first attempt on that possession. Did he get up? I mean, there was a moment there he was defying gravity. His left hand raised high, the ball in his hand, looking to come down for what would have been a pyramid shaking dunk. And ended up hitting it off the front of the rim. The ball is shot high up into the air. Breon Jackson, who's into the game for the first time, is able to chase it down. Now Roberts at the line. His first free throw is good. Long Beach State had a couple of more opportunities and weren't able to put it through, but Roberts drew the contact and has one free throw and another one coming. Hampshire goes to the bench, and Shaquille O'Fritz into the game for Pacific as Roberts takes a deep breath, looking up at the rim, settling in for his second free throw. It is up, and it is good. Friendly bounce, hit the front of the rim, the back of the rim, the backboard, and then went through. 43-35. The Beach back within 8 again. Substitution, Jeremiah Bailey coming in. Chavician goes to the bench on the floor for Pacific. They've got Bailey, Crockrell, Tripp, Moore, and Fritz on the floor for the Beach. MC3, Roberts, Slater, Irish, and Hunter. 13:30 to play here inside the pyramid. Moore has it up high. Pass to the far side, deflected by Carter, trying to save it from going out of bounds. And it is out of bounds, last touch by Carter, but a nice job getting his hand into that passing lane. Pacific with 19 to shoot, inbound from the far side at midcourt. Moore has it on the near side to Crockrell at the logo. Crockrell passes left to Moore. Chest pass right back to Crockrell. Contact up high from Carter. No foul call. Crockrell to the right of the lane. Floater from 10 feet. Perfect. Nice shot by Crockrell. And it's 45-35. Pacific on top, back up by 10. Hunter to Slater on the logo. Slater approaching Moore. Dribbles to the right wing. Picked up by Bailey. Driving to the right block. Goes up with the right hand. Too strong. Rebound tip. Irish, the 7-footer, comes up with it. Out to Carter. 4-3. No. And the rebound to the near side for Moore. He jogs it up for Pacific. Passes left to Tripp. Dribbles around a screen, down into the paint, taking on Irish, lays it up and in, the up and under. It's 47-35, Pacific up by a dozen. 12 minutes and 30 seconds to play. Slater angles to the far side, playing the point into the front court. Passes to Roberts off a screen. Roberts driving into the lane, lost the ball, it's on the floor. Roberts dives for it. He's on the floor at midcourt, And what's the call? Jump ball called, and the possession arrow keeps it with Long Beach State. Nice hustle play by Jordan Roberts after he lost it in the paint. Pacific had a chance to pick it up. Kind of looked like one of those plays in football when a defender has a chance to pick it up and score, but the ball kind of squibs away from him. While Pacific had a chance to pick it up and run with it, they missed it. And then that's when the dog pile started, and Roberts getting to it, able to keep it for a jump ball, and now beach ball. Now Roberts driving from the wing to the lane, to the rim, goes up, fouled. That ball was swatted away, but another trip to the free throw line coming for Jordan Roberts. 12 minutes, 14 seconds left. Pacific 47, Long Beach State 35. Austin Vereen into the game, and Jaleel Tripp goes to the bench. Pacific leading by 12 here. 20 to shoot for the Beach. Hunter to inbound baseline left. Hunter's got it with Fritz in his face. Passes to Slater left corner. Down to Hunter left block. Backing down on Fritz. Turns on him. Looking for a shot. Instead finds Irish at the free throw line. Out to Carter. Fakes a three. Carter holds now against Bailey. Steps it back above the top of the key. Dribbles to the right elbow. Picks up the dribble. Looking for help. Fall away jumper. In and out. Tough shot there. Carter almost hit it. And then on the loose ball, a whistle and a foul is going on Pacific. It's against number 1, Austin Vereen, the transfer from VMI, and brings us to a timeout. Long Beach State playing better offensively, but not as good defensively so far in the second half, and they've gone cold. No field goals over the last 3:19. Pacific still leading comfortably, up by 12, 47-35. Back in a moment from inside the pyramid. This is Beach Basketball. On the far sideline, Roberts has it on the left wing, down low to Irish, and Irish called for a travel. Nice find, and Irish was ready to go up strong and traveled in the lane. Turnover gives it back to Pacific. 5 turnovers for Long Beach State now here in the second half, matching their first half total. 11:45 to play, 47-35 Pacific. Long Beach State back in that zone. Crockrell has it up high, fakes a pass right, holding it by his hip. They swing it all the way around to the left for Bailey. Up high to Moore. Moore gets a high screen from Fritz, dribbles left, 10 to shoot. Still dribbling now. Backs it up towards midcourt, off to Crockrell. He drives to the basket, goes up with the right hand. Nice touch off the window, missed it though. Fritz the offensive rebound. His putback no good, and the rebound to Trevor Irish. Couple of opportunities there, and Pacific couldn't score. Now Chance Hunter driving inside, called for an offensive foul. Austin Vereen went crashing to the floor, and Hunter can't believe it. For Chance Hunter, that's his second 5-team fouls on Long Beach State. Both teams now have committed 5 fouls in this second half. 11:10 to go, and Pacific with the ball and a 12-point lead. Their largest lead of the game is 13. Keep that in mind. Actually, at one point, they led by 15, excuse me. Crockrell has it inside midcourt against Carter. Lobs it up down low for Fritz, who completes the alley-oop with a 2-hand dunk. 49-35 Pacific. Outlet to Slater, into the front court on the right side. Off to Roberts, right back to Cullen. Slater with the left hand, through the circle, into the lane, going up. Passes left to Irish, wide open jumper, left baseline, airballed it. And the loose ball deflected out of bounds near side. It's Pacific ball. Josh Morgan back in for the Beach. Irish goes to the bench. Long Beach State down 14. Pacific with a basket on this possession would set a new high as far as their biggest lead in today's game. 10:30 to play. Vereen up top to Moore. Back to Vereen. Right side. Fakes a three. Drives down to the baseline. Kicks it back out to Moore. Moore holds it up high by his left hip. Slater in a defensive stance gives him space. Fritz sets a screen. Morgan picks him up on a switch. Moore backs it up towards the logo. 4 to shoot. Moore drives by Morgan. Lobs it up again for Fritz. And again, a vicious two-handed alley-oop dunk. And Long Beach State wants a timeout. Back-to-back possessions in which Pacific lobs it to Fritz from the right block, who's able to get a clear lane for the alley-oop. And Pacific run over the last 3 minutes and change. Now the Beach, with 10 minutes left, have it in the front court, down 16, their largest deficit of the game. Slater off a give from Roberts. Right back to Roberts, top of the circle. Drives down to the right block, has to get it away, and held onto it too long. He jumps out of bounds with the ball. And Long Beach State turns it over off the timeout. Crockrell into the front court. Angles far side, hands to Vereen. Chest pass to Moore, who catches at his waist. Down to Crockrell into the paint. Right-handed floater, good. What a play by Crockrell. He's got 4 points and 4 assists. Carter now on the right wing, driving into the paint and fouled. 6th team foul on Pacific. One more. Long Beach State will be in the bonus. That foul on Jeremiah Bailey, his second. Long Beach State will inbound from the hash mark on the near sideline. Jordan Roberts will inbound. 9.5 left. Beach down by 18 points. Slater has it up high against Crockrell. Passes right to Carter. Carter against Moore. Carter holding. 15 to shoot. Puts it on the floor. Crosses over between the legs to Morgan in the circle. Morgan puts it on the floor. Hands to Slater. 8 to shoot. Slater around a screen for Morgan. Rises for a deep 2. It's no good. Rebound to Moore. And Pacific with the ball. 18-point advantage for Pacific. Here's Crockrell. Flies by a defender. Tries to put up a floater over Morgan. And Josh blocks it. Off to Carter. Beach up the floor with the ball. Carter, top of the key, trying to drive on Crockrell. Dribbles behind the back. Fakes a shot. Down low for Morgan. Fouled from behind by Fritz. And that will send Morgan to the free throw line to shoot 1-1 as Long Beach State is finally into the penalty. And for Morgan, a chance to end a Long Beach State scoring drought that has now lasted 4 minutes and 40 seconds. They have not scored in 4:40. 0 for their last 8. And it's led to a Pacific 10-0 run. Justin Moore, goes to the bench. And Jaleel Tripp back in. Jordan Griffin in for the Beach. They've got Roberts, Griffin, Slater, Carter on the floor with Morgan at the line shooting 1-1. The true freshman's first trip to the free throw line. He's shooting 59% so far this season. First free throw up. Took a big bounce off the back of the rim, went in and then popped out. And the rebound goes to Tripp. Pacific with the ball and an 18-point lead. And the scoring drought for Long Beach State is going to reach 5 minutes now. Tripp hands to Vereen. Bounce pass to the top of the key. Crockrell back to Vereen. Right wing, good look for three. Short. Rebound to Tripp. Tip up, no good. And then Slater's got the loose ball. Long Beach State basketball. Slater into the front court. Slater looking to drive on Crockrell. Left side of the lane. Goes up with the right hand. High off the glass and good. Colin Slater comes up grimacing there as a quick outlet pass to Vereen to the right wing. He passes up a three. 53-37 Pacific. Long Beach State now one of their last 9 thanks to that Slater shot off the window. Here's Vereen on the left wing. Guarded by Carter. Puts it on the floor with the right hand to the top of the key. Dribbles around a screen from Fritz. Down to the right baseline. Puts up an 18-footer. It's good. Austin Vereen with the bucket. His first basket of the game. And Pacific leads 55-37. Under 8 minutes to play now. And Long Beach State has got to make moves quickly. Here's Roberts from the top of the key off a feed from Griffin. Down low underneath. Puts up a shot. Knocked out of his hand out of bounds. And it stays with Long Beach State. 18 to shoot. Max DeGeest coming in, but first a timeout. 55-37. Pacific leads by 18. 7:40 to play. Long Beach Here's a number for you. Chance Hunter has not scored. He's 0 for 6 in the game with 4 turnovers, and he's not on the floor. Slater inbounding from baseline right. Lobs it in for Morgan. It's too high. Chased down by Tripp into the front court. Right-handed dunk. And Pacific leads by 20 in what is turning into a disastrous afternoon inside the Walter Pyramid for Long Beach State. This is a Pacific team coming off a 3-point win against Fullerton. They lost at Hawaii. They beat UC Riverside by 7. And right now they're leading Long Beach State by 20 at home. Now a foul. Slater tried to drive from the top of the circle. And he'll go to the line to shoot 1-1. That foul on Crockrell, his second. 18 fouls on the Tigers. And Colin Slater back to the free throw line for the second time. Against Slater, 17 points. 7 of 13 from the floor, 2 for 4 from beyond the arc. Long Beach State would be wise to put up a few more threes. They're just 3 for 10. Slater, free throw, good. He'll get another. A 14-3 run for Pacific over the last 6 minutes. 57-38. Slater back to the line. He is tied his career high with 18 points. This to give him a career high 19. It is up. It's in and out. Back in, back out with a rebound Morgan. Then he has it wrestled away by Vereen. Jump ball called, Pacific basketball. 7 minutes, 17 seconds left. Long Beach State trailing by 19 points, setting up in a full court press. On the floor for Pacific. Vereen to inbound with Tripp, Crockrell, Chavician, and Fritz. Inbound in the backcourt to Crockrell. Pass up ahead to Tripp. He tips it ahead to Chavician. Right wing open for three. Missed it. DeGeese comes in, has the rebound, and then it's tipped out of his hands, out of bounds by Fritz. Ball stays with Long Beach State. The Beach very lucky that Chavician has not been his best self from beyond the arc today. 2 for 7, and of those 5 misses, a few of them have been pretty good looks, like that one right there, wide open, but he missed it. 7 minutes left. Slater into the front court for the Beach, around a screen for Morgan, dribbles to the top of the circle, hesitates, drives to the elbow, picks up the dribble, bounces out to DeGeest. DeGeest against Chavician on the right wing, fakes left, drives right, underneath to Morgan, and Morgan fouled from behind, and he'll go to the line. Fouls on Jaleel Tripp. And Long Beach State really got bailed out there because Morgan was fouled. That interfered with his chance at catching the pass, but DeGeest had thrown the pass well behind him. I don't think Morgan would have caught it anyway. Josh Morgan, who just missed the front end of the 1-and-1 his last time to the line, shooting 1-and-1 here. 9-team fouls on Pacific. One more, and Long Beach State will be in the double bonus the rest of the way. Free throw up and good. Morgan will get another. Josh now with 7 points and 6 rebounds in this one. Morgan, the true freshman, second free throw. Up, no good. Rebound, far side to Vereen. Into the backcourt for Tripp. Ahead to Crockrell, who brings it into the front court. Splits 2 defenders up high. Slater stays with him. Bounce pass far sideline to Tripp. Dribbling into the lane. Lobs it up for Fritz. Fritz out to Vereen. Now Crockrell swings it right to Chavician. Back to Crockrell up top. Nice extra pass for Pacific. Fritz had a look down low, but not a great one, and decided to run more clock. Now Crockrell, one-on-one against DeGeese. Right-handed teardrop, no, but Fritz the offensive board. Out to Chavician. He fires up a 3, and he knocks it down. And he holds the pose for a moment as he hops back into the backcourt. Pacific now with their largest lead up by 21, and that's going to send a few fans to the exits. 6:05 left. Beach down 21, 60-39. Slater on the far side, 6 minutes to play. On the left wing, weaving through traffic to the free throw line. He'll rise for a jumper, 2-point shot there, no good. Rebound to Tripp. Colin Slater had to really get a high arc on that shot with a couple of hands in his face. And Pacific looking like they're going to win this thing, even with 6 minutes left. Tripp drives all the way down low, misses a layup. Rebound to Slater. Slater from deep in the backcourt. Coming up the floor, and he's picked from behind. Tripp picks him from behind off to Crockrell. Now Chavician on the left wing. Just an inexcusable turnover there for Long Beach State. Slater motioning with his hand, saying, come on, someone's got to talk to me and let me know someone's coming from behind me. But Slater's also got to know that there are defenders behind him as well, as everyone was getting up the floor in transition. Here's Crockrell at the top of the key, 8 to shoot. Dribbles left, picked up by Morgan. Morgan pressuring him. Off to Vereen right side. Right elbow to Fritz at the free throw line, and Fritz travels. He wasn't expecting that extra pass from Vereen. So Pacific turns it over to Long Beach State. Justin Moore back in. Crockrell, who's playing a great game off the bench, goes to the bench. Max DeGeest back in for Long Beach State. They've got Morgan, Griffin, DeGeest, Slater, and Breon Jackson out on the floor. Slater passes left wing for DeGeest. DeGeest against Chavician. Passes to Jackson in the circle. Off to Slater. Back to Jackson. Into the paint. Jump stop. Goes up with the left hand. Blocked by Fritz. Back to Jackson. Looking for another opportunity. Off the window too strong. And the rebound tipped out to Moore. Pacific ball with 4 minutes and 40 seconds left. Leading by 21. And Moore into the front court. Long Beach State just one of their last 11. And now another long scoring drought. It's been 2.5 minutes since their last points. Remember, they went over 5 minutes without a point at one point here in the second half. Moore hands it to Vereen. Goes up top for Tripp. Tripp dribbling left of the circle to the elbow. Spins against 2 defenders. Up and good. What a play by Jaleel Tripp, who's got a chance at a 3-point play now. And it is all Pacific here in their return to the Walter Pyramid. Pacific has played Long Beach State more than all other schools but 3. The only other teams that Long Beach State has matched up against more: UCSB, Cal State Fullerton, and UC Irvine. Long Beach State with the historical advantage on Pacific, 55-39. But last year in Stockton, Pacific got the 6-point win, and today they're up by now 22 points as Tripp completes the 3-point play. It is 61-39 Tigers as Slater brings it into the front court, 4:10 left. Slater, top of the key, around a screen from Morgan to the right elbow. He'll rise for a 2-point shot there. No good, left it short. Vereen the rebound. Long Beach State cannot score. Pacific's defense has just done a great job today. Here's Chavician, near side to Tripp. Tripp puts it on the floor, dribbles right of the circle, backs it up above the 3-point line, taking on Morgan one-on-one, drives right side of the lane, poked out of his hand, it goes out of bounds. Last touch by Pacific. It'll be Long Beach State basketball when we come back. It's the final media timeout. Pacific leads by 24 with 3:40 to play. 63-39 our score. This is Long Beach State basketball. Long Beach State with the basketball on the floor. DeGeest, Slater, Griffin, Morgan, and Breon Jackson. Here we go. Into the front court, Griffin on the right wing. Crosses over to the free throw line. Passes left of the lane for Jackson. Tries to muscle one up. Shot gets blocked. Pacific has it in transition coming back the other way. Tripp flips back to Vereen. They'll slow it down. Again, fans making their way to the exits here since before that last media timeout. Seeing a lot more of the yellow and black seats here inside the Walter Pyramid. 63-39 Pacific. Up on the logo, Moore dribbling with the left hand. Crosses over between the legs, taking on DeGeest one-on-one. Dribbles into the paint. Turn around from the free throw line. Gets it up off the front of the rim, no good. And then a foul on Pacific going against Amari McCray. Haven't seen a lot of Amari McCray in the game today. 2 free throws coming for Long Beach State here as the Beach now into the double penalty. It's going to be Breon Jackson to shoot these free throws. Jackson 3 for 6 from the free throw line this year. Playing in his 7th game. Jackson did not appear in any of the games during the Wooden Legacy tournament. The lefty shooter from Cincinnati. First free throw, no good. Long Beach State still without reaching 40 points here in this one. With 3 minutes and 1 second left. Jackson's second free throw is good. And there it is. 40 points now for Long Beach State. 63-40. They have scored just 18 points in the second half, being outscored 30-18 in the second half. Vereen has it up top, holds against DeGeest, swings his elbows, almost got DeGeest in the chin. Passes to Moore up top, left wing for Chavician, 12 to shoot, guarded by Griffin. Chavician dribbling with the left hand, crosses over to the right hand, moving right, passes left to Moore, 5 to shoot. Moore puts it on the floor against Slater, Spins left of the lane, underneath for McCray. Shot clock violation. McCray couldn't get it off in time, but as far as Pacific is concerned, they're going to take 30 seconds off the clock. That's as good as a score. 63-40 with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left. Colin Slater, top of the key, dribbles left of the lane, dishes to Morgan. Short jumper from the left baseline, good. Josh Morgan, 9 points, 6 rebounds. 63-42. Long Beach State now has scored 20 in the second half. 2:10 to play. Chavicchian up top to Vereen. Holds at his hip, puts it on the floor, skips it past to Moore left of the lane. He dribbles it out above the three-point line. 15 to shoot, 2 minutes to play. Moore backs up to the logo. Dribbling with the left hand casually. 8 to shoot, 7 now. Gets a high screen, dribbles right, picked up by Morgan. 3 to shoot. He'll rise over Josh Morgan. Too strong an air ball, out of bounds. Back-to-back shot clock violations. But again, at this point in the game, if Pacific can take a half a minute off the clock, it's as good as a score, if not better. 63-42. Beach down 21 here, a minute 40 left. DeGeest on the right wing, trying to drive down to the right block. Puts one up. Some hesitation in the air. Missed the shot. Rebounded Chavicchian off to Moore. Pacific, this has been in the books for a while now, but they have come in here. First time playing back of the pyramid since they were in the Big West, and they have come in and put together one of their best games of the season. And for Long Beach State, this is a tough, tough loss. To this point, you look at losses against UCLA and Arizona, St. Mary's. There's an offensive foul. Slater is bowled to the floor by Chavicchian. Never mind, that's on Jaleel Tripp, excuse me. Again, you look at all those tough losses against Wake Forest, against a good Penn team out of the Ivy League, and you chalk it up to, hey, tough schedule, tough opponent, that's fine. But these are the games that Long Beach State needs to take care of at home. And, fine, maybe Pacific would come in here, win the game, but a 21-point deficit with a minute 10 left, Long Beach State just can't afford that. Both teams unloading their benches now as Jeff Yan comes into the game for Long Beach State. Ja'Cory Rooks into the game for Pacific from Stockton. Ja'Cory Rooks playing in his third game of the season. Jeff Yan playing in his fourth. A minute 10 left, 63-42. It's Long Beach State basketball after they wipe off some sweat from the floor on the other end. Now Slater into the front court, passes right wing to DeGeest, 1 minute remaining. DeGeest holding against Chavicchian. Puts it on the floor with the left hand, dribbles into the circle, off to Jackson above the right elbow. Jackson drives into the paint with a left hand. A wild shot falling away is good. Got the roll from about 6 feet. 63-44. Breon Jackson's got his first field goal. Now 2 for 5 on the season shooting. Under 40 seconds left, Pacific 63, Long Beach State 44. Moore dribbling up high, 15 to shoot. Slater guarding him. Moore drives into the paint, kicks off to the right block for Tripp, lays it in. Now a dark shot clock with 26 seconds left. 65-44 Pacific. Slater into the front court, left side. Driving left to the lane. Teardrop with the right hand. Got it. Colin Slater now has 20 points. New career high for Colin. 8 for 16. 2 of 4 from beyond the arc for Slater. Tripp into the front court. Clock running. Dark shot clock. 10 seconds left. This one coming to a close. Pacific playing at the Walter Pyramid for the first time since 2013. Gets a big win for their program and Damon Stoudemire. 65-46 the final as Pacific comes into Long Beach and beats the Beach by 19. Huge win for Pacific on the road. Their first road win of the season. Remember, we mentioned this early on in the broadcast. This was just their second true road game of the season. So our final, Pacific 65, Long Beach State 46. Handshake line for these two squads. We'll step aside, see if we get associate head coach Mike Scholl here in a moment as we wrap things up when we come back. This is Beach Basketball.